A tsunami of supersized American-style pickup trucks are hitting Melbourne roads as sales reach record levels, but some fed-up drivers say the vehicles have no place down under.
Nobody saw it coming. America's favorite trucks, now desperate giveaways.
Right now, to find somebody who has paid maybe $60,000 or $65,000 for a very high-end pickup truck, well, even the average pickup truck now is going to be costing over that $50,000 barrier.
Rows of unsold pickups. Prices slash deeper each week, but before you cheer, ask yourself, why are dealers bleeding thousands just to make them disappear? This isn't generosity, it's survival, and the consequences will land on your driveway. Which names are on the chopping block? Why did loyalty evaporate so fast? And what happens if you buy into the hype today? Watch closely, because by the end, you'll realize this isn't a discount story, it's a warning. Chevrolet Colorado. When the conversation turns to mid-size pickup trucks, the Chevrolet Colorado almost always finds its way into the discussion. Once celebrated as a practical and affordable alternative to larger half-ton pickups, the Colorado offered just enough capability for weekend projects, outdoor adventures, and light towing duties, without overwhelming buyers with the size or price of a full-size truck. But in the year 2025, the Chevrolet Colorado finds itself in a very different position. Dealers across North America are struggling to sell them, and the discounts being offered are proof of just how far the once popular mid-size option has fallen out of favor. The Chevrolet Colorado's story begins in the early 2000s when General Motors sought to introduce a truck that could fill the gap left by the aging Chevrolet S10. The idea was straightforward: design a pickup that was smaller and easier to live with than the Silverado, while still offering utility, versatility, and brand loyalty. Early models gained traction among younger buyers, small business owners, and families who needed occasional truck capability. By the time the second generation arrived in the mid-2010s, the Colorado had become more polished. It featured modern safety technologies, improved interiors, and even a turbo diesel option, which briefly gave it an edge over rivals in towing and fuel economy. For a few years, it was even crowned as a segment leader. Success in the automotive industry demands constant innovation, and the mid-size truck segment has become fiercely competitive, with the Toyota Tacoma enjoying an almost cult-like reputation for durability, the Ford Ranger re-emerging with aggressive styling and advanced technology, and even the once-forgotten Nissan Frontier refreshed to appeal to modern buyers. Against these strong rivals, the Chevrolet Colorado has struggled to define itself, as it is neither the most reliable, the cheapest, nor the most technologically advanced, leaving it stuck in an awkward middle ground. The clearest evidence of its decline lies in the discounts, with offers of $6,000 to $8,000 off sticker prices, sometimes equaling 20 to 25% reductions. A truck once priced at $35,000 now hovers closer to the upper $20,000 range after incentives. Although competent with multiple engines and trims like the ZR2, steep discounts now signal questions about resale, branding, and long-term demand. Ultimately, the Chevrolet Colorado is a case study in how competitive the mid-size truck market has become. For dealers, it represents an inventory headache and a reminder that simply being competent is no longer enough. For buyers, however, it may be one of the most affordable opportunities to step into a mid-size pickup at a deeply reduced cost. Ford Maverick. In a market dominated by massive half-ton workhorses and oversized heavy-duty giants, a surprising disruptor burst onto the scene. An affordable, compact pickup that promised practicality without excess and reignited excitement among buyers. The Ford Maverick. When it debuted in the early 2020s, the Maverick was hailed as a breakthrough, a practical, fuel-efficient, and affordable pickup that fit perfectly into crowded cities and suburban driveways. At a time when full-size trucks were climbing well into the $60,000 range and beyond, the Maverick offered something refreshing, a truck priced under $25,000, with clever features, modern design, and even a hybrid powertrain as standard. For a while, demand was so intense that Ford could not build them fast enough. Buyers faced months-long waiting lists, and some even paid more than sticker price to secure one. Fast forward to the year 2025, however, and the story has changed dramatically. The Maverick, once near nearly impossible to buy is now sitting on dealer lots with discounts that would have been unthinkable only a couple of years ago. The Maverick's backstory is rooted in Ford's recognition that many buyers wanted truck utility without committing to a full-size model. The unibody design, which it shared with the Ford Escape crossover, allowed Ford to keep costs low while giving the Maverick impressive fuel efficiency and car-like handling. The hybrid version was particularly noteworthy, achieving mileage figures that rivaled many compact sedans. Its 4.5-foot bed was cleverly designed with do-it-yourself enthusiasts in mind, complete with slots for dividers, tie-down points, and even the ability to integrate custom accessories. For younger buyers, it offered a gateway into truck ownership. For families, it served as a practical second vehicle. In those early days, the Maverick was positioned as a truck for everyone. Demand for the Ford Maverick initially surpassed even the most optimistic forecasts, with reservations climbing beyond 100,000 units in its first year, while production delays and supply chain struggles only fueled the frenzy and made it one of the hottest vehicles on the market. Yet as Ford ramped up output through the years 2023 and 2024, weaknesses emerged. Buyers realized the Maverick's compact size limited its towing and hauling compared to traditional body-on-frame trucks, and its unibody design, while efficient, lacked ruggedness. Competition from alternatives like the Hyundai Santa Cruz also chipped away at its appeal. By 2025, oversupply led to discounts of $3,000 to $5,000, with financing rates under 2%. Though its hybrid powertrain, compact footprint, and versatility remain strengths, steep markdowns now raise concerns over resale, transforming Ford's once red-hot success into a discounted daily challenge for dealers. And if a once red-hot compact pickup like the Ford Maverick can tumble into oversupply, then what chance does a full-size, luxury-oriented model have in a market where buyers are watching every dollar? Ram 1500. Among the crowded battlefield of full-size pickups, one contender earned a reputation for mixing rugged capability with unexpected elegance, carving out a loyal following by offering comfort and sophistication where rivals leaned solely on brute strength. The Ram 1500, known for its smooth ride, luxurious interiors, and bold exterior design, it carved out a loyal fan base and even managed to challenge Chevrolet and Ford for sales dominance during the 2010s and early 2020s. For years, it was celebrated as the truck that could do it all: haul heavy loads, tow with confidence, and still provide comfort levels that rivaled premium sedans. Yet as we move through the year 2025, the story has taken a surprising turn. Dealers now find themselves struggling to move the Ram 1500, with discounts so large that they reveal the growing challenges facing this once dominant contender. The origins of the Ram 1500 date back to when the truck still wore the Dodge badge. By introducing coil spring rear suspension rather than the traditional leaf spring design, the Ram differentiated itself from rivals like the Ford F-150 and the Chevrolet Silverado 1500. That decision dramatically improved ride quality, making the truck more appealing for everyday driving. Combined with upscale interior options, advanced infotainment systems, and trims like the luxurious Limited or the rugged Rebel, the Ram 1500 became a symbol of innovation in the truck market. Sales climbed year after year, and it earned accolades such as Truck of the Year multiple times, cementing its place as a true heavyweight. Success has created new challenges for the Ram 1500, as in recent years the cost of full-size pickups has climbed dramatically, with some trims now surpassing $70,000, a level that places them well beyond the reach of many working families. Buyers who once visited Ram dealerships for comfort and value now hesitate at such steep prices, especially as the market shifts toward electrification and hybrids, with Ford promoting the F-150 Lightning Electric, Chevrolet advancing the Silverado Electric, and Ram teasing its own future models. Against this backdrop, the gasoline-powered Ram 1500, while still exceptional, feels dated. The consequence is a glut of unsold trucks on dealer lots, forcing dealers to offer discounts ranging from $8,000 to $10,000 off. Along with financing incentives, such as 1.9% annual percentage rates, turning a former premium-priced truck into today's discounted bargain opportunity. Despite the discounts, the Ram 1500 remains a very capable and desirable truck. Its interiors are among the best in the industry, featuring high-quality materials, advanced touchscreens, and amenities like ventilated seating and panoramic sunroofs. The ride quality still sets a benchmark in the segment, and its towing and hauling capacities meet the demands of most truck owners. Yet perception plays a powerful role in consumer decision-making. When buyers see massive markdowns, they begin to question the long-term value. Concerns about depreciation and resale weigh heavily, especially when rivals like Ford and Chevrolet maintain stronger brand loyalty. In many ways, the current challenges facing the Ram 1500 illustrate the larger struggles of the full-size pickup segment in 2025. Buyers want capability, but they are also more cautious with money and more interested in emerging technologies. Ram's traditional formula of comfort and power still holds appeal, but the competitive landscape has shifted. For now, that shift translates to discounts so steep that the 1500 has become one of the best deals for buyers willing to look past resale concerns. If these truck revelations surprise you, don't just watch, take action. Hit that like button to push this video out to more viewers who need these insights. And while you're here, subscribe for future deep dives. Every click helps keep you informed before making costly decisions. GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Standing tall with bold proportions and an unmistakably imposing grille, the GMC Sierra Heavy Duty has long been marketed as the crown jewel of professional-grade pickups. For decades, this model has represented the blend of brute force and refined luxury, a machine that could tow extraordinary loads while wrapping its passengers in comfort, more often associated with premium sedans than work trucks. The Sierra Heavy Duty is the sibling to the Chevrolet Silverado Heavy Duty, but GMC has always positioned it one step higher, offering Denali trims loaded with leather, wood, and chrome. Yet here in the year 2025, the Sierra Heavy Duty is struggling on dealership lots across North America. Despite its reputation for strength, dealers are struggling to sell them, and incentives have ballooned to unprecedented levels. The GMC Sierra Heavy Duty was designed as General Motors' premium alternative to Chevrolet, standing out in the early 2000s with upscale styling and trims like the Sierra Denali that became symbols of status. Beneath its bold looks, it delivered real strength, offering a 6.6-liter Duramax turbo diesel engine paired with Allison transmissions, enabling properly equipped models to tow over 30,000 pounds and earning credibility with farmers, contractors, and haulers. The heavy-duty truck segment has shifted dramatically, and by the early 2020s, rivals like Ford's Super Duty lineup and Ram's heavy-duty series surged ahead with advanced technology, refined interiors, and innovative towing aids, leaving the GMC Sierra Heavy Duty looking less innovative despite its bold styling. By the year 2024, critics increasingly questioned whether its premium price made sense in a segment where competitors clearly led the class. In 2025, the problem has worsened, as fully loaded Denali Ultimate trims often exceed $90,000, with some approaching $100,000, while even mid-level trims remain out of reach for the average buyer. Rising fuel and insurance costs have shrunk the customer base, forcing dealers to offer dramatic discounts of $10,000 to $15,000 alongside low-interest financing. Yet resale concerns and looming electrification keep many cautious, leaving only true heavy haulers committed to purchasing. The Sierra Heavy Duty remains an impressive engineering achievement. It offers advanced trailering cameras, digital displays, and a refined ride for its size. Yet perception matters, and in 2025, perception has shifted. What once symbolized prestige and power now represents overproduction, high costs, and desperate discounting. For bargain hunters, this presents an opportunity to purchase an incredibly capable machine at a fraction of its original asking price. For dealers and for General Motors, it represents a cautionary tale about pricing, competition, and shifting consumer expectations. And if a truck as powerful and luxurious as the GMC Sierra Heavy Duty is struggling to find buyers despite monumental discounts, just wait until you hear the story of a luxury experiment that blurred the line between limousine and pickup, only to discover that very few customers were interested from the very beginning. Lincoln Mark LT. In the long timeline of truck innovation, few attempts stand out as boldly unconventional as the effort to blend limousine-like luxury with everyday pickup utility, a daring experiment that came to life in the form of the Lincoln Mark LT. At a glance, it looked like a luxury limousine with a cargo bed, an attempt to fuse the ruggedness of America's favorite vehicle format with the refinement expected of a premium sedan. When it first appeared in the mid-2000s, the Mark LT carried with it high expectations. Lincoln, long associated with prestige vehicles such as the Navigator and its storied sedans, hoped to extend its reputation into the world of trucks. Yet despite its boldness, the Mark LT never resonated with buyers in the way Lincoln envisioned. Now, in the year 2025, a handful of used or leftover models still circulate through some dealer lots, often heavily discounted, serving as a reminder of a concept that never fully connected with the market. The Mark LT's story began in the year 2005, when Lincoln introduced it as the successor to the Lincoln Blackwood, another luxury truck experiment that failed quickly. Unlike the Blackwood, which was heavily modified and came with limitations, the Mark LT was essentially a Ford F-150 dressed in Lincoln attire. It featured a bold chrome grille, plush leather interiors, wood accents, and upgraded sound systems. Mechanically, it was nearly identical to the Ford F-150, a truck that was, and still is, the best-selling vehicle in the United States. Lincoln believed that by attaching its premium badge and enhancing comfort, the Mark LT could win over buyers who wanted the capability of a pickup with the sophistication of a luxury automobile. For a short time, the Lincoln Mark LT captured curiosity as buyers appreciated the exclusivity of a Lincoln-badged pickup marketed toward professionals who wanted refinement alongside utility. Yet most soon recognized that its price premium failed to justify what was essentially a Ford F-150 in disguise. High trims of the F-150 offered nearly identical features for less money, leaving the Mark LT unable to stand out, and sales fell far short of expectations. After only a few years, it was discontinued in the United States, though it lingered longer in Mexico, where it performed slightly better. Today, the Mark LT survives as an oddity, with leftover or used examples proving difficult to sell against modern luxury trucks like the Ram 1500 Limited or the GMC Sierra Denali. Dealers slash prices by $10,000 to $15,000. Yet despite its durability and uniqueness, the Mark LT remains a niche purchase. The Lincoln Mark LT's legacy ultimately serves as a cautionary tale about stretching a luxury brand too far into unfamiliar territory. While luxury pickups have succeeded in recent years, with models like the Sierra Denali and Ram Limited proving that buyers will pay for capability and refinement, the Mark LT was simply ahead of its time, or perhaps too poorly differentiated from its mainstream sibling. Today, its presence on dealer lots as leftover or used stock is more of a curiosity than a hot commodity. And if a truck like the Lincoln Mark LT, built on the backbone of America's most successful pickup and dressed in luxury trappings, could not capture sustained interest, then what chance does a foreign contender have when it tries to break into the fiercely loyal world of American full-size trucks? The answer lies in the story of the Nissan Titan. We're closing this chapter, but I want to hear from you. Which truck shocked you most? Was it the one you expected, or a complete surprise? Share your thoughts in the comments. And remember, subscribing now means you'll always catch the next list before prices or deals vanish. Nissan Titan. Cracking into America's fiercely loyal full-size truck arena has humbled many challengers, but perhaps no attempt was as ambitious or as uphill as the effort by a foreign automaker to stake its claim with what became known as the Nissan Titan. When it first launched in the year 2004, Nissan's ambition was clear: to compete directly with giants like the Ford F-150, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, and the Ram 1500. Built in Canton, Mississippi, the Titan was intended to prove that a Japanese brand could design, engineer, and assemble a truck worthy of America's most demanding drivers. At the beginning, optimism was high, but as the years passed, the Titan never managed to capture more than a sliver of the market. Now, in the year 2025, the Titan is all but fading into obscurity, with discounts so steep that dealers practically beg buyers to take them home. When the Titan debuted, It stood out with bold styling, a powerful V8 engine, and impressive towing capacity. Nissan invested heavily in marketing the Titan as a true rival to Detroit's heavyweights. Early reviews praised its performance and comfort, and some buyers were drawn to its fresh design and reputation for reliability. However, from the outset, the Titan faced an almost insurmountable obstacle: brand loyalty. American truck buyers are famously dedicated to their chosen manufacturers. Families that had purchased Ford or Chevrolet pickups for generations were not easily persuaded to switch allegiance. Even those intrigued by the Titan often returned to familiar brands when the time came to sign on the dotted line. Nissan worked to refine the Titan, launching a major redesign in the year 2016 that introduced a Cummins turbo diesel V8 engine, updated interiors, modern safety features, and stronger towing numbers. On paper, it seemed competitive, but rivals advanced faster with aluminum bodies, hybrid options, and luxury interiors. The Titan lagged behind, leaving sales stuck at a fraction of Ford and Chevrolet's dominance, never gaining meaningful traction in the fiercely loyal full-size truck market. By the early 2020s, the Nissan Titan's troubles had deepened as the diesel option was discontinued due to low demand, and speculation about the model's impending demise grew louder. By the year 2024, confirmation arrived that the Titan would be phased out of the North American market altogether, sending shockwaves through the industry while underscoring its failure to secure a permanent foothold in the fiercely loyal full-size truck arena. In the current market, the Titan exists in limbo, with dealers holding leftover stock and offering dramatic discounts, often between $8,000 and $10,000 off, sometimes paired with ultra-low financing deals. For value-conscious buyers, the opportunity to purchase a full-size pickup for the price of a midsize is enticing, especially with the Titan's spacious interior, strong V8 engine, and durable performance. Yet concerns over future resale value and long-term parts support leave many shoppers understandably hesitant. And if the Nissan Titan, with all of Nissan's resources and ambition behind it, could not sustain its place in America's pickup hierarchy, then what does that say about even the strongest domestic nameplate when it tries to reinvent itself for an all-electric future? The final story in this countdown answers that question. Ford F-150 Lightning Electric. For more than 40 years, no vehicle has embodied American roads, job sites, and driveways quite like the nation's perennial bestseller, a pickup so iconic that it redefined the standard for trucks. The Ford F-150. When Ford announced an electric version of its legendary truck, the F-150 Lightning, it was marketed as nothing less than the future of pickup trucks. Combining the heritage of America's most trusted nameplate with cutting-edge zero-emission technology, the Lightning was expected to change the industry forever. Yet in the year 2025, the reality is far less triumphant. Dealers are staring at rows of unsold Lightnings, discounts are staggering, and the excitement that once surrounded this groundbreaking truck has cooled dramatically. The unveiling of the Lightning in the year 2021 created immediate waves. Reservations piled in at a historic pace, with more than 200,000 pre-orders recorded in just a few months. Ford emphasized features that no other truck on the market could offer at the time. The Lightning could power an entire home during an outage using its bi-directional charging system. It delivered thrilling acceleration thanks to instant electric torque, and it offered innovative storage solutions like the massive front trunk, or frunk, where an engine would normally sit. At first glance, it seemed unstoppable. Early production runs in the year 2022 were met with extraordinary enthusiasm, and some buyers paid well above sticker price just to secure one. As the months stretched into years, cracks in the Ford F-150 Lightning Electric's success began to emerge. The earliest surge of demand came from eager early adopters and electric vehicle enthusiasts, but once that crowd was satisfied, mainstream truck buyers revealed greater hesitation. Worries about charging infrastructure, range anxiety, and the Lightning's ability to handle heavy towing quickly became sticking points. In real-world use, hauling a heavy trailer could cut the range nearly in half, weakening its image as a dependable workhorse. At the same time, prices rose sharply, with many trims costing between $60,000 and $70,000, far out of reach for the average buyer. By the year 2024, rivals such as the Chevrolet Silverado Electric and Ram's upcoming electric models increased pressure, while traditional trucks remained strong sellers. In 2025, steep discounts of $10,000 to $15,000 define the Lightning's uncertain position. Despite its challenges, the Lightning still deserves recognition. Its instant torque makes it one of the quickest full-size pickups ever built. The quiet, smooth ride impresses owners, and its technology, from large digital displays to over-the-air software updates, remains forward-thinking. Many drivers love the practicality of the frunk and the ability to use the truck as a generator during emergencies. For those willing to work around charging limitations, the Lightning remains a marvel of engineering. The issue lies not in what the truck can do, but in how the market perceives it. The Ford F-150 Lightning Electric illustrates the tension between tradition and innovation. It shows that even the most iconic name in trucks cannot escape the realities of cost, infrastructure, and consumer caution. As it sits today on dealer lots, marked down heavily in an effort to lure buyers, it symbolizes both the promise and the pitfalls of electrification. The Lightning may yet find its footing as technology improves, but in 2025, its story is one of oversupply, steep discounts, and lessons learned the hard way. The truck market is changing faster than most people realize, and today's discounts could be tomorrow's regrets. Whether you're hunting for a bargain or protecting your hard-earned money, knowledge is your best defense. So if this breakdown opened your eyes, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe now, because the next big shift is coming soon, and you'll want to be ready before it hits.